What's up, YouTube? My name is Cy, and I'm your coach for the Carolina Liepards. This is week 9 of the PGL. We are fighting off against the Salt Lake City Swamperts. Who is... I need to know my opponent's name, because that's gonna screw me over big time. Who did I just battle? Thumbbrother 2. Thumbbrother 2. And the Salt Lake City Swamperts. So if you guys are hyped, go ahead and hit that like button down below, commenting and subscribing. We greatly appreciate it. That was really embarrassing that I didn't know his name off the top of my head. I apologize. But yeah, in today's battle, we're taking him on. Obviously, this is a battle replay because I've had a lot of stuff go on in the past couple of weeks. I just moved back into my dorm, so this battle was actually recorded, I think, like 2 weeks ago. I think, yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. But battle's done. But yeah, for this week, I'm bringing Mew, Hitmontop, Tapu Fini, Kyurem, Rotom Heat, and Swellow, and my opponent is bringing Emboar, Miltank, Swampert, well, it's a Mega Swampert, Magnezone, Lycanroc, and Tornadus Therian. My Mew is a Sword Sand set this week with like Zen Headbutt. Hitmontop is the same. Tapu Fini has Taunt and Calm Mind. Kyurem is Scarfed. Rotom Heat is classic Volt Switch, Overheat, Will-O-Wisp, Pain Split, Leftovers, Bulky set. And then Swellow is a Facade set this week. So let's go ahead and get things started. I'm going to try to remember as many of the places I can off the top of my head. So I apologize if that comes up. I feel like a lot of the battles from here on out are probably going to be post-com since I am back in my campus, and the Wi-Fi for some reason is kind of spotty. I don't know why, it kind of always is. Even though it's really good Wi-Fi, so I have no idea. But anyway, he sends out Baconator to start out with. I go ahead and start out with Mew because I kind of want to psych him out. Get it? Psychic type. So I decide here to immediately go for a Sword Stance because I really want to scare him, and he doesn't swap, because I thought Emboar would swap, predicting, like, a Psychic, but no, he just goes straight for a Flare Blitz on me. And I thought this would honestly kill Mew, because I was like, oh crap, this probably is gonna kill me. I lived, but I got burned. So basically that Sword Stance was for nothing, because literally did nothing. So, at this point, I've decided to go ahead and kill off Emboar. I just Zen Headbutted, because I'm just like, screw this, we're gonna get rid of it. And that's one mon down, so that's a really easy way to kill a Pokemon. Set up a Sword Stance, get a bird, boom, it's down. But yeah, Beanie's only at 1 HP now, which means that Beanie's basically kind of useless, which sucks. He sends out not Accelerock, Lycanroc Midday, who has Accelerock, mind you. I go ahead and switch out into my Hitmontop, predicting him to use an Accelerock, or any just priority rock type move, in general, because I know he outspeeds me. But he goes for the Accelerock right here, which I can take because Intimidate plus being a fighting type, we resist anything from Lycanroc. So he withdraws right here. He goes out to Tornadus to try to predict a fighting type move. I actually go for a Fake Out right here to just try to get some extra damage on whatever wants to come out. Even though it won't give me a flinch, it'll at least give me some damage. I do get a crit though, which is really nice. I swap out, predicting a Hurricane, because I don't want to be Hurricaned at all by Tornadus. I switch in Tapu Fini, because this Tapu Fini is my special wall. Misty Surge goes up, so that means if he tries to status me, he can't do it, because I get protected by that. He is actually really smart. He goes for the U-turn right here, predicting that I would swap out, so good for him for getting a good swap, good read-in on me. He goes out to, I believe, yeah, Magnezone. So he goes out to Magnezone right here to try to scare me out. So, I do not want to deal with Magnezone off against Tapu Fini, unless I'm Calm-Minded, which would kind of suck. But I do have Leftovers Recovery, which is nice. I go ahead and swap out here. I believe I go out to Pachinko. I go out to Pachinko here to absorb a Thunderbolt or a Volt Switch or whatever this Magnezone wants to do. He does use Thunderbolt. I believe this turn right here, I do go for an Overheat because, well, the next turn I go for an Overheat. And the reason I do go for an Overheat is because since Swampert is still alive, that is a very good, like, Ground-type Pokemon. He can basically just absorb a Volt Switch. And in hindsight, oh no, he doesn't go to Swampert here. He goes to Miltank. My bad. I thought he would go to Swampert, but I think he goes to Swampert next. But I go for an Overheat. Does some decent damage on Miltank, not a whole lot, because Miltank, this Miltank's built specially defensively. But in that moment, the reason I went for Overheat is just because if Swampert ever does come out, basically nullifies Volt Switch. So kind of worthless. So he actually does withdraw to Swampert here. This is the play I was mistaken on, but he does withdraw Swampert here. Another thing about this as well is that, I actually cannot Will-O-Wisp under Misty Terrain. And so, that's one reason I did not go for a Will-O-Wisp here at all, because since Misty Terrain is still up, that Mist is still protecting him. So, it doesn't matter who's on the field, as long as you're grounded, you can't be status. So that's one reason I went for a Volt Switch, because since Misty Terrain was still up, I couldn't Will-O-Wisp him at all. Basically be a worthless turn. But yeah, he Mega Evolves right here. I swapped to Nakai because I got the Intimidate drop-off on Swampert. That helps me out a lot, because in case Swampert decides to use, like, an Earthquake against me, the damage is decreased. So, but he goes and sets up Stealth Rocks, right? He sets up Stealth Rock, which is nice for him, because now that he has Rocks up, well, he can basically get damage on all my team members, because my team is actually really weak to Rock, which kind of sucks. But the nice thing about with Hitmontop being out is that Hitmontop can spin those rocks away, which will help me out. But Earthquake isn't going to do as much damage because, again, that Intimidate drop helped me out, and actually did a lot more than I thought. But I go ahead and Rapid Spin. I get rid of my rocks that are on that side because, again, I don't want to deal with them. Rocks are terrifying. Honestly, I probably should have had more Defoggers on my team. Like, I know my team can use Defog, but, like, I probably should put Defog on another Pokemon on my team, just in case, but it's all good. I switch into Hawkeye here to predict an Earthquake, but he goes in and sets up another Stealth Rock, which is completely fine. I'm okay with that. Oh yeah, hindsight for 2020, I probably should have brought another Grass-type move, for my team members. I use Facade here, just to get damage. But hindsight 2020, I probably should have brought more Grass-type moves on my team for Swampert, because the only Grass-type move I had was Seed Bomb on Mew, and yeah, again, I probably should have brought more Grass types on my Grass-type moves. Or maybe I should have brought Meganium this week. I have no idea if that would make a difference, but we'll see. He goes out to Thea here to try to absorb another Facade. But again, because Hawkeye is really good and really OP, Facade is going to do over half damage to a Lycanroc, because even though you're resisting it because it's a normal type move, doesn't mean you're really defensive. So I go ahead and swap out Hawkeye here because I don't want to catch an Accelerock. I go back out to Kai. But he predicts the swap here. Instead of doing that, I get the Intimidate drop off on him. And he goes out to Tornadus right here, predicting that. So again, another nice play off of him. Good job, man. Good job to Thumb Brother. But yeah, again, at this point, I don't want Tornadus touching me. So I fake out him just to get some more damage off. Unfortunately, I don't get a crit that turn, which sucks. But again, I want these rocks gone, but I can't really do anything about that right now if Tornado's about to Hurricane me. So I go out to Pachinko right here, to try to absorb, again, a Hurricane or whatever this thing wants to do. He goes for a knockoff right here, which is smart for him. I am physically defensive, so I can take that. And Leftovers isn't really a big concern that's gone, because again, I have Pain Split just in case. I think I go ahead and go for Pain Split right here, just to get some health back. But he swaps in, Armstrong, which is only gonna give me like 1 HP. Which sucks. But this play right here was really risky. Because basically Swampert walled my team. So I was kind of forced to go for Will-O-Wisp against Swampert at this point, hoping it would land. And because I am physically defensive, I can take a Waterfall while this thing is burnt. Because this Swampert is actually built defensively. That's what I learned after the battle. It's like, oh, this Swampert is built defensively. So I am able to take a hit. But that burn really mattered, because now the Swampert is crippled. He cannot do anything against me. Combine that with Intimidate from Hitmontop, and Hitmontop's bulkiness. Basically, Swampert can't touch me for the rest of the battle. Which is great, except the fact he has Facade. And smart play for him to put Facade on his team. But at the same time, though, that really hurts me. And I'm just like, crap, that's not good. And I find out here that we're actually speed tied. So me and Swampert are Kai and Swampert are speed tied. So it doesn't matter what this Swampert wants to do, because we're speed tied at this point. So it's kind of just a battle of seeing like who can take out the other. So I go ahead and try to Rapid Spin all my rocks away, because again, I do not want to deal with them. And I basically let Hitmontop go down here, because Hitmontop did what it needed to do. The rocks are gone, and intimidated the Swampert. But yeah, Hitmontop did what it needed to do, so I'm very happy about that. Hitmontop dies. I believe right here I go out to Tapu Fini. No, I got a Hawkeye. I got a Hawkeye just to try to finish off Swampert, or anything that comes in, because no matter who wants to come in, they're going to be taking a Facade. So he swaps in Magnezone. I Facade. It's going to do a lot of damage, just because this Magnezone isn't built physically defensive. It's built specially. I think it's built specially, special attack wise. But the Air Balloon is popped. That was basically like 1/3 of Magnezone's damage just gone like that, which is crazy. But yeah, I go ahead and swap out because I don't want to deal with a Thunderbolt. So I basically sack off Beanie here, because either way, if he goes for Thunderbolt or Volt Switch, I get a free switch in. But he does go for a Volt Switch, which gives me switch initiative, because since he's forced to switch in first, and then I switch in second. So, I basically can kind of determine the flow of the battle based on what he sends out. So he goes out to Tornadus right here. I go out to, Kyurem. And also what I don't figure out until this turn is that since my Kyurem is Scarfed, I'm just like, oh, I can take this thing fine. No, his Tornadus is Scarfed. So, he knocks off my Choice Scarf. Fun. Fantastic. I go for an Ice Beam. I Desolate. Like, this Tornadus is desolated, or demolished, or whatever. But yeah, Ice Beam kills Tornadus. This thing's gone. I don't have to worry about it anymore. I don't know why he stayed in with it, but oh well. He was probably predicting like a Focus Blast, or something else, because I don't know. But yeah, I go and swap out to, I think Tyranoid, Tapu Fini, because, I don't want Miltank to touch me at all, period, because, yeah, that would be terrible. But he goes for Toxicure, and again, Misty Terrain's great, since I can take it, I don't have to worry about this thing at all, period. And at this point, I probably should have taunted here, but I think I'll go for a Calm Mind instead, because again, I can stall out Miltank. In fact, at this point, Tapu Fini basically blocks all of his opponent's team. Now that Swamperts burnt, he can't really touch me. And because Miltank can't Toxic me under Misty Terrain, he can't touch me either. So I decided to go ahead and set up with Calm Mind right here. I was able to get like 2 layers of Calm Mind up because I kind of wanted to stall out Swampert's burn. So I go ahead and get 2 Calm Minds up here. And at this point, that allows me to take care of the Magnezone because Magnezone cannot Thunderbolt me and kill me with a Thunderbolt or a Volt Switch, since I am specially defensive as well. But yeah, Facade does a lot of damage, which sucks. But yeah, I go out to, well, he goes out to X-Files right now. I go ahead and Surf. I outspeed Magnezone. I don't know how. I guess it's because of natural speed. But yeah, X-Files goes down. Go me. But yeah, at this point, he goes out to 2%, which is the Miltank. And my main play right here is that I probably should have taunted Miltank, but I go for a Moonblast, because I want to get as much damage on Miltank as possible. But that's kind of my real, like, Achilles heel moment, if I would say that. Just because at that point, I probably should have taunted instead of going for Moonblast. But either way, though, Moonblast does a lot of damage with Calm Mind up. So, I mean, I'll take that. But that leftovers for him is going to help out a lot. Which kind of sucks, but what can he do? Mist disappears from the battlefield, which means that he can now freely Toxic me. So, yeah. Again, I probably should have taunted last turn and then went for Moonblast, just to make sure he didn't Toxic me again. So, oh well. That's on me. Now I go for Taunt here. So now he cannot Milk Drink, which basically means this is a stall-out battle between the Toxic Timer and Miltank getting as much damage on me before Miltank dies. So, but the leftovers is helpful in counteracting that Toxic just for a little bit. So yeah, that's basically kind of how the battle turned out. Obviously he only has 2 mons left, being Miltank and Lycanroc. So at this point, it's basically just a stall war to see, well, not really a stall war, but basically just back and forth between Tapu Fini and Miltank to see who can get as much damage on as possible. Moonblast almost kills Miltank, which sucks. I hate that so much. If I had a little bit more, I think if I got like 1 more Calm Mind, I probably would have been able to kill Miltank, but again, I probably should have taunted during that Misty Terrain turn just to make sure he didn't Toxic me the next time. Earthquake comes in. It does a little bit more chip damage, which is going to help him because, again, he's banking on that Toxic Timer. Moonblast goes ahead and kills off Miltank, so I don't have to worry about this thing again. His last mod is Lycanroc, and Accelerock is a threat because basically at this point, he could very well win the match with Accelerock. If he has Stone Edge on Lycanroc, I'm basically screwed because that's the only way he's going to be able to kill all of my mons. I know I got a lot of damage on Lycanroc before, but, again, and, oh wait, he goes for Drillrun right here, which I don't know why he does. But yeah, he kills off, Cyranoid right here. At this point, though, Stark comes in, because I think Stark is the only one of my Pokemon that is at, like, high enough health who can take an Accelerock or a Stone Edge or whatever wants to come in. But he goes for the Accelerock right here. Thank God he does not have Stone Edge at all. And I go ahead and go for an Earth Power, and I destroyed Lycanroc. So that battle, it was very close. I could have very well lost this battle if he had Stone Edge. And I should have, like, prepped a lot better for this match. Honestly, this was a match that I could have very well lost, but I'm very happy with getting a 3-0 on him. Yeah, that was a very scary match. Either way. But thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the battle, regardless. Next time, we are playing off against, if I can look it up, I believe we play off against Bill Standish. And his team name is super long. So I have to, like, look this up on the PGL website because I don't know the exact name of it. Okay, it is the A-Glade Uni-Teddiursa Friend Codes. That's a very long name for a team. But if you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button down below. I'd really appreciate it. Make sure to check out all the coaches' links in the description. They should all be there. If they're not, let me know. Or I will link them. But either way, though, thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it. I will see you guys all next time. Peace out, friends. Bye-bye.